What are you hoping for from Adam Ruzicka? Obviously, not with Lindholm and Toffoli anymore, but does his role change?
Just be consistent, right? Adam's played really well. You look at it, he didn't play much or dress, the first month, and with the, with our team, it's not a high-scoring team. It's just he can contribute in that area, but then just complete his whole game. I think that those before we went between the two long trips, those 2 games at home, he played really well, and then I think he kind of tailed off at the start of the trip, and then he got it back again. So, we need him to be it's a building block for him. It's not just going to take off and go away with it, right? I think that he's just got to be really consistent with his preparation and his work and that sort of thing. And remember we talked about this with him in training camp. Was you could play him as your 4th line centerman, but then you're not maxing out what his ability is. So we talked to him then about moving to the wing and work on that. So he's done a good job of it. He's just got to continue to do it. You look at it, he's in the same age group as Dylan and Mange and that forward group of guys that have to contribute in terms of scoring. We need that from him.
For Dylan and Andrew, if they're not scoring, how else can they contribute, or what do you want to see from them away from the puck?
We use them a lot in situations, that's part of that growth of them kids too, is that, they became, like Dylan and Maz both are part of the penalty killing now, and they're getting to play with it's one line that we've tried to stay really consistent with for the most part. 5-on-5 is, they're getting to play with Naz, who's he's coming off winning the cup, and so there's nights they got to provide the energy for that line, and Naz will be the take control of it sort of thing, right? So that's what you're asking for them. I mean, their puck management, their play away from the puck, all those things.
Well, if I can come back on the building blocks that you talked about, all the changes that you had this summer, how much of the building blocks are matched or placed where you want them, or that you are convinced that they are and will be for the remainder of the season?
Well, we really like our group, first off. So, but the next part of that is you're a quarter of the way in, right? Where, you could 82 games and you'll say at the 20 marker right there. Well, the 6-game trip was the 21 mark. So that's kind of should be your. So we were a 500 team after the 21 mark. So 500 won't make the playoffs. You got to play 600 hockey, and that's a tough one, right? There's a pile of teams that are in that group. There's teams after 20. If you look at it, just our division, Vegas has set the mark, right? They're playing 750 or 8, whatever the number would be, something like that. So, and then Seattle's been a surprise. Their goaltending's come around, so they're in that 700 mark. Well, then there's a whole bunch of us that are blocked in there. So when you say that about the building blocks, well, we've talked, there's been enough talk about the defense and, with Shilly not being here and all that stuff. Well, we're 20 games in, and you're going to go through your injuries, and we did that, and we haven't had the 1D for that long. So the building blocks are there. Centermen are good players. We need obviously some more scoring out of the wings. That's obvious, right, when you look at it. So it's like half a goal a game, right? If you look at it, you want to cut your goals against like half a goal, and you want to get another half goal. And if you had that after 20, you'd be 3 or 4 wins better. You would have 6 or 7 more points for sure, if you'll just do it, right?
There was a lot of talk on Huberdeau also, and I'm sorry if I come back with that today, but is this a situation where you need to know the player and the player needs to know you so that you can manage both of you to get the maximum of him?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, anytime you get new, that's the hardest part of when those changes are made like that. Like you take Matthew and boys like Matthew and Johnny out. Well, it just wasn't all of a sudden for Matthew and Johnny. They're coming off career years, but they had to get there, right? They're really good players and they're really good people. So you bring in really good players and really good people. It takes time too. You know, they're good players. So just let them play.
Offense is something that has been talked about a lot, obviously generating more offense. And in terms of as a team, you guys are sitting at 27th and 28th in terms of slot shots, inner slot shots. Is that an area that you guys are looking to improve upon?
Well, I mean, did you dig that one out? That slot shot one? And we try and get that's to do with traffic, and you're trying to generate as much shots as you can, but a lot of that slot shot stuff comes from those wingers getting to the inside. So the guys that need to, the guys that are known for, those young guys that we talked about that have to score more, for our team to get better. Well, you can't say it as a team standpoint, or you can say, you want Johnny to get more shots, things like that. Well, that's usually where they come from, right? It's that shot and then the rebound or the shot and the slash through or things like that.
When you've got a former player that's like in town, does a coach normally say hi to him before, or like how does like that work for you?
Today?
Yeah, or like.
Well, it's highly unlikely that Florida will be coming to the rink today. I mean, I look forward to seeing guys that you've coached and won and all those things. You look forward to seeing guys, but it's hard the day of the game to do any of that, that's for sure. The way the schedule is, I mean, heck, just look at talking about that. You go through the last, this is the last day of November. We were on the road for 17 days and nights. There's lots of guys you'd like to see on the road, but you guys that travel this know you're on the move. So it's hard to do.